Welcome to Dark Knight Films Reviews and another Versus Night. Tonight, I will be comparing Ocean's 11, released in 1960, versus The Sting,
released in 1973.
Alright, so let's get started on this one with the leads. Ocean's 11 stars Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin. The Sting stars Paul Newman and Robert Redford. Now, I like Frank Sinatra as an actor. I think he was a very talented actor as well as a singer. The same way with Dean Martin. But as good as those two guys are, I don't think they can compare to the duo of Paul Newman and Robert Redford. I think these two were on a whole new level on The Sting. So this one's going to be an easy one that I'm going to have to go with right off the bat. You know, I'm giving this one to The Sting. Alright, so let's move on to supporting and see if we can get a different outcome there. Supporting cast on Ocean's 11 consists of Sammy Davis Jr., Peter Lawford, Angie Dickinson, Cesar Romero, Richard Conte, Joey Bishop, Henry Silva, and Norman Fell. The supporting cast on The Sting consists of Robert Shaw, Charles Durning, Ray Walston, Eileen Brennan, Harold Gould, Dana Elcar, John Heffernan, and Jack Kehoe. Now, I had never seen Peter Lawford act in anything before. I had seen Frank Sinatra biopics and, the Rat Pack biopic that they made that featured an actor playing Peter Lawford. But I had never really seen him act until I saw Ocean's 11. And I was surprised at how good he was in this. He was excellent in his role. Sammy Davis Jr., he's serviceable in his role. Angie Dickinson, I like her character in Ocean's 11. It's just that I think she isn't given very much to do in this film. She's only given a handful of scenes, and it's just a waste of her talent to have her in here as this ex-wife to Frank Sinatra's Danny Ocean. So, I mean, it's great having her in there, but my God, they could have done a lot more with her in there. Cesar Romero is really good in his role in here. He's basically the main antagonist to the leads here. After George Raft, who plays the actual casino owner and everything, ends up setting him up to go after the Ocean's 11 in here. Richard Conte is good while he's on the screen in here. It's a tragic end for that character. It's one of the more serious and somber moments of the film. Joey Bishop, Henry Silva, and Norman Fell, they're pretty good in their roles as well. Now, as far as The Sting goes, and you got Robert Shaw as Donegan, and he is just so damn good in anything he was ever in. To me, Robert Shaw is one of the more underrated actors and didn't get the respect and attention that he deserved while he was alive. Robert Shaw was amazing in every film I've ever seen him in. Always gave a great performance. And then you have another actor very similar to that with Charles Durning in here. Very, very great actor. Yeah, Ray Walston, who most of you old enough would remember as My Favorite Martian, playing in here. Pretty good in his part. Eileen Brennan, I've never found that woman really that attractive, but in this film I don't think she's playing to be an attractive character. She's just a character in here, and she's serviceable in her role. Harold Gould, Dana Elcar, John Heffernan, and Jack Keogh are other members of Paul Newman and Robert Redford's little group that they get together, almost like the group that Ocean's 11 has with their group of people there, and they're pretty good in their supporting roles in here. But yeah, it is a tough one on this one, so I'm going to go ahead and give this one a tie. I am going to give each film a point on this one. All right, so let's move on to story and see if we can get a different outcome here. The story for Ocean's 11, it follows a group of World War II veterans as they join together for a series of Las Vegas casino robberies. The Sting's story consists of, in 1936, two professional grifters stage a complicated plot to con a mob boss. They both have a con going on in the story, whereas Ocean's 11's con is more a robbery, a straight-up robbery, where there are you have all the different members of the Ocean's 11 working together in different casinos, and when the lights are cut off for a certain amount of time, they get in there and rob the place, and then when the power comes back on, they've already gotten away. So that was a pretty good little storyline. It's a little slow getting to it, but it really picks up once that robbery happens in there. And Cesar Romero's character starts after the Ocean's 11. Whereas the Sting, I just love the con that they're planning to do to Donegan in here. I mean, and Robert Shaw's reactions to everything that is going on around him and everything for this big stage card game that they're setting up between him and Newman and Redford and everything. And it's just, it's such a great plot line. So I'm going to give the story on this one, even though I do like the story for Ocean's 11. Like I said, it takes a little bit to get into it. The Sting is just right there already, right away. So I'm going to give this one for the story to the Sting. All right, so let's move on to direction and see if we can get a final winner on this. Ocean's 11 is directed by Louis Milestone, while The Sting is directed by George Roy Hill. Now, I'm not aware of who Louis Milestone is, but he did a competent job with direction on Ocean's 11. He has certain things that are going on in here that his major focus, of course, is on Sinatra and Martin, because they are the main characters that you are focusing on. But anytime he veers away from them and it tries to focus on someone else, it kind of loses its steam in the direction there. Whereas George Roy Hill, who had already directed Newman and Redford in the huge success that was Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. They reunite, and he directs them in this equally as good as he did in Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. It's just, like I said, the combination of Newman, Redford, Shaw, Durning, that's four really awesome people in there. And then you got this group of really good supporting character actors in there that really set the stage here. And George Roy Hill directs these characters, and since it's set in 36, it's got that Depression era kind of stuff going on, and it's got such an aesthetic that makes it so fun to watch. So yeah, I'm gonna go with The Sting on this one. That gives our final tally for Ocean's 11 versus The Sting, with a score of 1-4. I like Ocean's 11, but I just don't think it is as good a film as The Sting. It is still a good film. You should check it out if you have not. But yeah, I think The Sting is the superior film in this category. So, but what do you guys think? Do you agree with my assessment on this one? Do you disagree? Let me know in those comments down below. And as usual, if you enjoyed this video, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to click that bell icon so you can be notified about future videos just like this one. And while you're by the subscribe button, click that join button and become a Dark Knight fan. As a Dark Knight Fan Plus member, you have access to an area on the channel right now where you can request a movie, TV series, or ranking video of your choosing. And when I do that video on the channel, it'll go up for all Plus members to view prior to it coming to the channel for all other subscribers. So if you want to get interactive, now is your chance.
Well, that's the end of another Versus Night. If you missed last week's Versus Night, check out the link up in here. Or if you've missed any of the other Versus Nights, check out our playlist and see anything that you have missed.